In this video, I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly of all 8 major DJ conferences held right here in the USA, and you're going to be pretty surprised at these results. We're going to compare ticket prices, hotel costs, locations, education, after parties, everything, and I even anonymously surveyed over 200 DJs that gave me the raw details of all these conferences, good and bad, and I'm going to share all the data with you. So if you're over there mustering up the courage to ask your wife or husband to attend one of these things, watch this video first. Now I'm going to organize this video based on the conference that is the least expensive to go to up to the most expensive conference, and we're calculating this based on the ticket cost and the average 3-night hotel stay wherever the conference at. I'm not talking about plane tickets or anything because it depends where you're from. And for the survey, we had each DJ rank the conferences they've been to from 1 to 5, 5 being the best and 1 being the worst. And we also gave them an opportunity to leave a comment that's totally anonymous. And I will have everything chaptered out, so if you want to skip to a particular conference, feel free to do so. But let's get right into this. The first conference, which is the #1 least expensive conference to attend, is the DJs Assemble. I don't know why I said it like that. It just felt right. The DJs Assemble is held in Syracuse, New York. It's going to be this June 2026. Ticket price is $400, and the average hotel for 3 nights is $300 to $450, making the total investment $700 to $850 total, not including planes or driving there or whatever. In our survey, they had 49 total votes with an average of 3.12, putting them in 5th place out of the 8 conferences. The show itself is located in downtown Syracuse, and I don't know how fun Syracuse is, but at least you're downtown. It's only their 2nd year coming up this year. Last year was the 1st year, and they actually held it, I believe, in September or October, which is kind of middle of the wedding season. So I think it was a tough time for them to have it. They do a speaker shoot-off, which I think is very, very cool. I do like how the owners collaborate on education. So you got Jack and Steve and Lou and Chris. They all have like their own sectors that they educate on. They also are bringing in outside educators, and I think they're really trying to blow this thing up. It's just new. So if I were to give you my opinion, I would take these ratings with a grain of salt. They're just too new. But I would personally argue it's probably going to be a pretty good show. Next up on the list is DJX, held every August in Atlantic City, New Jersey. This show's been around for literally ever. I think it's as old as me, like maybe late 80s, early 90s-ish. They started it. It did change owners in the last couple years. DJX has the cheapest ticket cost of any conferences we're going to talk about today, with $359 per ticket if you get it before June, I think. And then afterwards, at the door, it could be as high as $429. And then the hotel for 3 nights averages $330 to $525, making the total investment $700 to $950. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I know Atlantic City pretty well, and there's some hotels you can get for about $40 a night or $20 an hour, or however you want to work it, so you could definitely get this cost real down if you're not scared of getting shot. Now, with a total vote count of 158, DJX ranked 4th of 8 conferences with an average rating of 3.27. They received 15 5-star votes and 7 1-star votes, and a lot of different comments. People are saying scheduling is a mess, gets smaller every year, parties have dropped off, seminars are hit or miss, ego is thick, content feels stale, networking is the most valuable part now, same presenters every year, more about hanging out than real education. They still got that name brand, but they're definitely losing momentum. And I will say this, DJX has one huge advantage than any other conference in my opinion, and it's the reason why they're still the most attended conference, and that is the venue. It's held at Hard Rock, Atlantic City. If you ever been to Hard Rock, it's like a rock museum. It's a music museum. The music is great. They have live music every single day. There's just tons of stuff to do. It's just like a perfect location for a DJ conference, since we all love music, and I just think that's the one thing that they got that no one else has. But beyond that, I've noticed insane declines, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, I live near there, I go there every single year, and every single year it gets smaller and smaller. Vendors are pulling out from the exhibits. Back in the day when it was the DJ Expo, they had the biggest exhibits you can imagine. You would walk in, it was just like Candyland. It was amazing. Every major manufacturer, Newmark, Techniques, Rain. But now all that's left is Pioneer. You got both lighting. I think there's like a facade company. You got the speaker brands that are there kind of, with their demo rooms and all that. And then, I don't know, you got some random people selling Delta 9.
It's the same as the real stuff, man. It's just one molecule different, dude. Like, just trust me, man. Delta 9, yeah. Like,
Pre-rolls of Delta 9. What does that have to do with DJing? Everyone complains about the parties because they don't bring in like any open format talent. It's always like a house guy or a trance guy or whatever, and they're kind of like melting your face off the whole time. And I don't know. I mean, these conferences, especially DJX, there's a lot of open format, like wedding, private event DJs going there, so you should have more open format talent. Like, we all do weddings, we all do private events, so we want to see people do what we do at the highest level. That's where the value comes from with parties, and they just genuinely don't bring in the right talent. On the educational side, the people are right. They pretty much do have the same speakers, you know? It's a lot of overlaps, a lot of the same stuff. It's a lot of people giving their first seminar, and they're just trying to fill space, and that's because DJX does not pay for anyone to speak. They don't pay for nothing, okay? They pull favors, and that's it. So if you see anybody speaking at DJX, doing a panel, doing whatever, they're literally doing it for free. They get a free ticket, and when you don't pay, you're going to get low quality speakers. So like, they want you to buy a full pass so you attend the educational seminars, but they don't invest in the education whatsoever. All they do is give out free tickets. But if you're asking me to predict the future, I think DJX has about 5 years left before it's sold again. I think someone bought it and they're milking it for as much money as they can get out of it. They're trying to keep costs low as possible so they can make as much money as they can every single year. It'll get smaller and smaller every single year until it's not worth it for the current owner to own it. He's going to sell it at pennies on the dollar and then see what the next person does, or it just goes away altogether. That's my prediction. Next up is MEX, Mobile Entertainment Expo. MEX is held every year in February in Las Vegas, and it piggybacks off of the Photo Booth Expo, which is the biggest photo booth expo on earth. It ranked at number 3 as the cheapest show to go to, with a ticket price of $379. That also includes the Photo Booth Expo, which I think is a good deal if you have a photo booth company as well as to a DJ company. An average 3-night hotel cost of $450 to $600, making the total investment $830 to $980. And it's in Vegas, it's outside of Vegas, so realistically, if you gamble, you can get hotels really cheap, you can get flights cheap out there. So this, in certain situations, depending on the person and where you're at, and how much you gamble, could be the cheapest convention of all these conventions to go to. Now, MEX got a total of 117 votes with an average rating of 2.7, making it 7th place. They had 4 5-star votes and 16 1-star votes. Now, clearly, MEX ain't doing so hot. They kind of had a bad show the last couple years, and now they're rebranding to Mobile Beat. If you're not familiar, Mobile Beat was a very, very large show that was done in Las Vegas up until, I believe, 2019 was the last year, 2018, and then it got bought by the Photo Booth Expo, and then they just called it MEX ever since, but it was a shell of its former self. First thing a lot of people complain about is the location. It's at the South Point Hotel and Casino, which is a great townie casino in Vegas, right? It's great. It has very cheap food, very good gambling, high odds, great tables, you know what I mean? You could go like buy a White Claw at the store and it's only $3. It's not like $9 like it is on the strip. Like, everything's like kind of affordable and well done. There's a bowling alley in there. Like, it's just a cool spot, okay? I do like the casino, but it's really far from Vegas, okay? Close to the airport, but very far from regular Vegas. So if you're going out there to experience Vegas, it's going to be a pretty expensive Uber ride going from the South Point to Vegas. So location-wise there, it's kind of funky. It's like in the middle of nowhere. And just everything about the conference is in the shadow of Photo Booth Expo. They hold it at the same time. They piggyback off each other, but the Photo Booth Expo brings in way, way more people. So if you go to the exhibit floor, you might have 8 DJ vendors, and then the rest is all photo booth stuff. You know, it's just swallowed by photo booth stuff. The education takes a hit. The parties take a huge hit. It's a secondary conference to the big photo booth conference. They put nothing into it. In my opinion, the only reason why people go to MEX is for a reason to get away from the fam and go to Vegas. That's all. There's no other reason. It doesn't make sense. Everything about this conference sucks. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I think the conference sucks. I'm going to be honest with you. And the rating said so too. But Vegas does not suck. So if it gives you an excuse to go to Vegas, by all means, I'm not hating on you. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh DJ Summit, held every January in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They rank as the 4th cheapest conference with the average ticket price of $427 and 3 nights hotel $450 to $525, making your total investment $880 to $950 to attend this conference, not including flights or travel. They received 59 total votes with an average rating of 3.51, making them 3rd place out of the 8 conferences we're talking about today. They got 13 5-star votes and 6 1-star votes. Comments include best bang for your buck and quietly one of the smartest ROI plays. Well done. Now, I just attended and did the keynote at this conference 2 months ago, so I'm going to tell you what I think. I love Pittsburgh, and it was held downtown right at the Embassy Suites, one of my favorite hotels as well, so the rooms were great, the location was solid. I think it's a really cool niche show. It's smaller, about 100 people or so, but the production was good, the education was great. I mean, I spoke at it, you know? Come on now. But in all seriousness, there's a lot of really good seminars, and they brought in a lot of like different DJs. Like they had like Dazzler and like Malik talking about like high-end kind of luxury events, like destination stuff, which is really cool. Like I was interested in those perspectives. They had Jack speak. They had like round tables, a lot of cool educational stuff, and the general vibe around the whole conference, like everybody was really enjoying the education and like learning a lot. And I think that's where they kind of shine. I don't remember how many parties they had, but I went to one kind of after party, and it was a cool hang, but they had Exaton speakers and it sounded like shit. So I'm going to tell you guys right to your face, like don't ever have Exton speakers at any part. Like I thought I was going to lose my hearing. I sat in the back by the bar the whole time. Next, we got Midwest DJs Live, held every April in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, if you're keeping up, we're over the hump, so now we're getting into the more expensive conferences. This is number 5 on the list of cheapest to most expensive, and their ticket cost is $535 a ticket or $792 for the VIP ticket. 3 nights for a hotel averages $525 to $750, and the total investment is $1,050 to $1,550 total. But get this, they got 80 total votes and their average rating was 4.03, which puts them in 1st place out of all the conferences we talk about today. They're number 1. 35 people gave them a 5-star rating and only 4 people gave them a 1-star. Comments include, table seating fosters real conversation, feels more advanced, more intimate and better experience, great vibe and community, current king of value. Bravo, Midwest. Now, I have a lot of experience at Midwest. I spoke and gave a seminar back in 2019. I hosted the entire conference with Rich in 2022, and I'm going back this year to open up for 4 Color Zach at the big party they're having that week. And this is my thoughts. I love Midwest. I think it's a great conference. I think it's really well thought out. It's nonprofit, so they don't make any money. They put everything back into the conference. They bring in really good speakers. They bring in really good talent. It's just a phenomenal all-around conference. They do a very good job. I'm a big fan of it. Now, if I was going to nitpick and point out any downfalls, I mean, it would just be it's in Milwaukee. It's nice. You know, there's history there. I like the hit. It's, you know, but it's not like a, you know, but all jokes aside, phenomenal conference. I recommend going at least once. I mean, shout out to all the people that donate their time putting the conference together. And you know what? They got ranked number 1 for a reason, people. Next up, the 3rd most expensive conference on the list is Marquee Show Chicago, which really is Marquee Schumberg. It's like a suburb of Chicago, not really Chicago. But anyway, their ticket price is $499 for a regular full access pass, $799 for a VIP ticket, which gets you special seating. You get into the expo floor earlier and all that. They do offer free expo only badges where you could just go and buy equipment and that's it. The average hotel cost for 3 nights in that suburb is $600 to $900, making the total investment $1,100 to $1,700 on average to attend, not including flights or any driving or travel depending on where you live. So we're getting pretty pricey here. Now, Marquee received 79 votes and they had an average rating of 2.63, making them in dead last place based on my survey. Now, I haven't been to Marquee in a long time. I spoke at it back in, I think, 2018, 2019 or so, and it's been many years since. Now, I will say from afar, their speakers this year are pretty solid. You got Mike Walter, Flipside, Scribble, Qbert, Brian S. Red, Digital Dave. I mean, these are all people that I respect, and I think it would be cool. Like, I don't know what they're all doing individually, but it's just people I respect. So shouts to them for having some pretty solid people out there. But I gotta say, when I was doing research for this video, I didn't just do a survey. I also personally reached out to all the people I know that have visited a lot of these conferences. And I just said, listen, you'll remain anonymous. I'm not gonna mention you by name, but just tell me, what was your experience, good and bad? Like, what was it like? You were just there. Tell me about it. 100% of the people I talked to about Marquee did not like Marquee. There might be a loyalist in the comments just saying, oh, well, you didn't go. You can't say that for sure. Da, da, da. They're probably lying. I'm just telling you what I heard, okay? You could believe me or not believe me. Doesn't matter to me. Don't shoot the messenger. But with that being said, with all the speakers they have this year and whatnot, maybe it'll be better. I don't know. Maybe give them a shot. They are 8 out of 8, though, in the ratings. Now, the second most expensive conference is Hacker Hotel, put on by Crate Hackers in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, they put this on for the first time last year, so this year coming up will be the second time only, so it's a very new conference, and it's different than any other conference on this list. Basically, how it works is most of it is live stream, so you can just watch it online, but if you want to attend in person, then basically they get these wild, like, hotel hybrid kind of mansion houses that they rent out, and it has all these different rooms, and the price you pay is based on the room you pick. So if you pick a huge master bedroom suite, it's going to be this much money. If you pick a small little room within that little hotel house, then it's this much money. So it kind of varies. So if you average it all out, your total expenses are going to put you at second place on this list. I went last year and I thought it was awesome. I loved Nashville. It's a phenomenal city. I thought it was a perfect spot for a DJ conference. I thought the content was really good. I think the parties were good. I loved it overall, but let's see what the people say. Hacker Hotel received 47 total votes with an average rating of 3.13, which lands them in 6th place out of 8 total conferences. They got 12 votes for 5 stars and 9 votes for 1 star. Here's my take on this for someone who was actually there. I don't remember how many people it was, but it could have been less than 47 people, but you had 47 people that voted, you know? So, I don't know. I feel like some people can kind of, oh, well, there's only this many spots and only this many rooms. It's kind of expensive to attend, and they kind of get mad at it for that. Like, some people kind of have a bad perception of certain conferences just because of the cost of it overall. You're just bitter. It's like, why is it that much? It's ridiculous. I should be able to attend this. This is ridiculous. I'm not spending that much money. My wife won't let me, whatever. And I get that. You know what I mean? It's just a unique way they're doing things, and it's such a new conference. Just like with the DJs Assemble, I take all of this with a grain of salt. Anybody who puts on a conference will tell you that it takes years to kind of build and find your footing in the overall landscape. It's just how it works. So you got to take it with a grain of salt, and let's see what they do this year. But I had a phenomenal time last year. So that's my take. And the most expensive DJ conference on our list today is the DJ Collective. Currently held in Raleigh, North Carolina, ticket prices are $12.95, and you can add on an optional $4.95 VIP experience. You basically pick Brian, Jason, or Joe, and you can have a VIP experience, like a 30-minute meeting with them and all that for $4.95 extra, but the total cost to attend the whole thing is $12.95. Hotel for 3 nights in Raleigh is $375 to $525, making the total $1,700 to $1,900, not including flights, travel, driving, that sort of thing. In the survey, they had 79 total votes with an average rating of 3.78, making them second place out of everyone we voted. They only got beat out by Midwest DJs Live. They got 35 5-star votes and only 8 1-star votes. And they got a mix of comments. They got some good comments. Best conference I've attended, experience focused, and then other people says overpriced, feels clicky, cool kids club. So the overall vibe of the DJ Collective is it's a premium experience. It's high end. They crush it, but it's a little polarized. When you go on the high end of things and do something like that, there's going to be that anti-culture. There's going to be those people are just like, ugh, I'm not paying that much. Why would I go? Oh yeah, just to be with these cool guys. Like, you know what I mean? I could see both sides of it, and I get why people are commonly split with this conference. But is it worth it? Truthfully, I don't know. I've never been there. Back in the day, I used to ask them all the time, can I come? Can I come? Can I come? And it was just so much money, I couldn't afford it. And then they were giving away a free conference, I believe in 2021, and I made this video. So the 3 people behind the DJ Collective, right? Jason, Brian, and Joe, they're offering a scholarship, people. 5,000 bananas worth of a scholarship.
We are giving away 1 full scholarship.
Pick me.
Here's what you'll get. Round trip air, ground transportation, and accommodations for the entire DJC experience.
Pick me.
All in, it's a $5,000 investment that the 3 of us want to make into some DJ's future.
Pick me! And spoiler alert, they didn't pick me. I didn't get no scholarship or nothing, so that didn't work. And then recently, in the last couple of years, I did get some invites to come out, do a set, and that sort of thing. We may work out something this year. I am talking to them, but Generally speaking, I haven't been there, but this is what I've heard. Large majority of people that have attended this conference loves it. They love the education. They think it's more higher end, and it's just very cool to kind of rub shoulders with the kind of wedding planners and the kind of high-end kind of luxury DJs that attend it. Very good parties, very good location, very good production, very good networking in general. I mean, overall, I think it's something that everyone should attend at least once.